Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day and a good day to everyone. Breakfast club, morning people, afternoon, evening people. Hope it's a great day. Y'all, let's do some wonderful crafting. Stay tuned. So as y'all know, we are doing Ho 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 Week on the channel this week, and it's going to be all things Christmas, all things fabulous. So this was the wonderful, wonderful bag that we made, and we are now going to make something else equally as wonderful. And here it is, guys. Isn't this just screaming Christmas? Yes, it is. This is a wonderful piece of home decor. It is a great basket, perfect for putting bath towels. Anything can fit in here. I'm going to fill this one with Christmas bulbs and set it out as a piece of decor. You can put greenery in here. You can actually put a miniature Christmas tree in here and use this as the base for it. There are so many things that you can do with this. And this wonderful Santa, along with his super cute feet, came from the Dollar Tree. And I know that the Dollar Tree has these little pieces out now, so you might want to check yours. And for those of you who don't have access to a Dollar Tree because of where you live, I'm sure that there is a craft store or home accessory type store in your area that sells little Christmas bits and bobs. Pop in and you might find something very similar to this. Of course, it might not be $1, but it might be reasonably priced that you too can make this wonderful piece of Christmas decor. So let's get started. So on that one, I worked with this wonderful Santa, and all I did was just took his body apart, and he doesn't come in 3 pieces, he comes in 2 pieces. So I basically just took his legs away from the upper part of the body. But today I am going to work with this sweet elf, and it says Santa's elves see everything. So all I need to do really is come on the back, remove this ribbon, and now we've got our 2 pieces. So I'm going to set these to the side until we need them. And I will go over the supply list with you guys, and we're going to do all of our prep work up front, and that way we can just jump right into making our project. So we are going to need 2 pieces of chipboard, and this is a chipboard project. So if you don't have chipboard, please use whatever board you want to use. So we need 2 pieces of board that measure 4 by 5 3/4. 1 board that measures 4 by 8 1/2, and 2 boards that measure 6 by 8 1/2. Then to line our box, we're going to need 2 pieces of decorative paper, and I'm going with my little red truck. We need a piece that measures 8 1/4 by 11, and a piece that measures 8 1/4 by 6. And then for the outside of my box, I'm going with this beautiful candy cane stripe, and we need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper. And then finally, to cover our side pieces, we need to start with a sheet of paper that measures 12 by 12, and we'll be cutting it down to fit the side pieces. So I am going to take all of this, move it out of the way, and we're going to put this little cutie together. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to join 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper together. And I am going to join my paper using 1/2 inch tape. You can join this with glue, or you can join this with a wider tape, but I would not join this with a snail tape runner because it will not hold. And then once we have it down, I am going to remove my tape, take my second piece, and just place it down on top of that tape. And then I'll flip this over and make sure that that's stuck down. So I'm going to leave it on this side because we need to lay down our board pieces. And we will place our 4 by 8.5 right in the middle. And then we will place the two 6 by 8.5s right on both sides of it. So I have placed tape on the backs of these, and I'm going to go ahead and just remove this tape and place this one down. And basically what I'm doing is, I'm going to pick this up for just a moment and flip it over so you guys can see where my seam is. I want my seam to run right through the center of my first board. So I am going to take this, feel for my seam, and then I'll just place my board down. And that way my seam will definitely be on the back of my board. So there's my seam running right down the middle of my board. Okay, so then we're going to take our 6 by 8 boards and we're going to place them right next to the 4 by 8.5 board. And I'm using about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. Then I'm going to turn this one around so that it is nice and even, because I work better from this side for some reason. Okay, so once I have it down, I'm going to come back with my blade and just remove my excess paper. And then once we have the excess paper removed, I am simply going to stand this up so that I can get these long sides folded over with the paper. And then I'll bring this up, get that stuck, or get that folded, I'm sorry. And that way, all sides of my paper are ready to fold over. So now what I need to do is I need to come back and I need to miter cut my edges. So basically what you're going to see here when you're miter cutting, when you fold in both directions, you're basically creating a little intersection. And you're going to want to bring your cut right through the center of that intersection so that you will have just a little bit of paper left, about 1/8 of an inch. And that's going to fold over and be nice and neat when we fold it. So once my sides are mitered, I am going to come back with my tape, place tape down on all 4 sides of this, and then I will lift my tape up, fold this over, and I can get my tape stuck down. Okay guys, so I have folded over all of my edges. I've also placed tape, and I'm going to remove my last piece of tape because we need to go ahead and place our liner pieces down. I'm going to start with the one that measures 8 1/4 by 11. And all I'm going to do is run a nice bead of glue along the perimeter of this paper. And then we will get this stuck down. So I'm going to bring this towards me, and I'm going to take this, place it down, try to get my placement nice and neat. Then I'll come back with my paper towel, and I'm going to smooth this out. Come in with my bone folder and really work that glue in. So then I'll lift it up in that direction, and then I'll turn it and I'll lift it in this direction. And we've got it going the way that we want it. So I'm going to take my 8 1/4 by 6" piece and just place it on this side of that fold. But I'm going to trim off just a little bit because I think I have too much. So we're going to make this, we're going to reduce this by about 1/4 inch. So now we're going to make this 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. And this should fit perfectly, and it does. So all I need to do is place some glue here so that everything sticks. And again, make sure you adjust your measurement if yours is too long. I adjusted mine down to 8 1/4 by 5 3/4 to get the look that I wanted. And then I'm just going to lay this down. Try to match that up. Come back with my paper towel. Then I'm going to come back with my bone folder. And we have a beautifully lined inside. So our box is looking great. So I have my 12 by 12 piece, and my side pieces measure 4 by 5 3/4, and I have 2 of those. And here's what I'll be doing. I am going to take this, place it as close to the bottom as I can. Then I will trim out and angle up. And then I'm going to come here, trim out, come here and flare out, just so that when I fold this over, everything is going to be covered. And I'm going to stand this up and just get this folded over nice and tight. Come back with my bone folder, go over my top, and then I'll come back with my finger blade, and I am going to remove all of this excess paper. All right, guys, so now that our side pieces are done, we are ready to put this together. And one thing that you want to do is test it to make sure that when you fold up, everything is going to lay in there just like this. And for me, I like the height of my side pieces. I don't like them to come all the way to the top, so that's why I didn't. And I'm also going to bring them in a little bit on the side so that they're not right out on the edge, because this is how I prefer to do it, but you can adjust yours as you want to. So the way that we do this is we don't place any glue at the top where we've got the red, because that is the top, but we're going to place glue on all 3 sides that are raw. So I am going to come in with my reptile glue and just get me a nice bead going. And you don't have to oversaturate it, but you want to make sure you get enough glue so that the grab is thick, but it's also consistent. Don't have any gaps or anything. Cover the whole piece. And then if you get it on the paper, don't worry about it because it will dry clear. So once you've got it like this, the easiest way to do it is to stand it up on one end, place one piece down wherever you want it, bring that one end up, still pressing down on this, and then bring your other end up. And then you're just going to take it, hold it until everything grabs, and then I press down to make sure that my bottom is also catching. So let's give this a moment to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll do our other piece. Okay, so now that that side is dry enough, we are going to go ahead and do the same thing on this board. So no glue at the top where we've got red, but we're going to place glue on the 3 sides that we've got a raw chipboard edge showing. And like I said, just take your time. and get your glue nicely covered. Okay, so now that we've got this covered, I am simply going to bring this in, and all I need to do is take this piece and work it inside, just like that. And once I get it inside, I can push it in from the bottom, and we can get this stuck, just like we did the other one. All right, so while our box is drying, we're going to go ahead and prep our elf. And by prepping, what I mean is I am going to cover the back of his head in some paper because I don't want the whole thing showing. So I'm going to bring his body back in, and I'm going to place him here so that I can get a good idea of how much of his head I need to cover. So I know I need to cover right above my curve. So I'll just come back with my paper, making sure that I have enough paper to cover this, and it looks like I do. And I'm just going to place some glue. And then I'll take my piece, I'm going to lay it down and just kind of run it along this. And then I'll come back with my bone folder and get this stuck down. Set that to the side and let it dry for just a moment. And because his feet are going to be here, I think I am going to cover the bottom as well, just in case he gets lifted up. I want everything to be nice and cute. All right, so our box is dry. Our elf is prepped on the back. And here's a little tip. So if when you're doing the trimming out and covering the back, if you see some rough edges, just come in with one of these little sanding blocks or emery board sanding blocks. They work great in paper crafting, and just kind of clean it up. All right, so now I'm going to take this, figure out where I want to position it. I know I need to make sure that the little points at the bottom are not showing. So I've got it right there, and I think that's how I want it. So now I just need to come back with my hot glue, and I am going to put hot glue all over this. And then I'm going to take this and let's get it stuck down. So I'm going to come over the top first before I put it down. Make sure I've got it exactly where I want it. Then I'm going to flip this over and come on the inside and make sure that my glue is making great contact. And you can see just how cute this is. So we're going to take his sweet little feet, and I just need to figure out how far out I want his feet to go, and I think I'm okay with that. So in looking at it, I know I need to place I'm placing my glue right here. So I am going to come back with my glue and just place it where I thought I like the look of it. So I'm just putting a nice dollop of glue on here. I'm going to set this down, lift him up, and then just kind of place him down and move him until he's even. And when I think he's even, I am going to come back and just give him a nice press down so that my glue makes great contact. And guys, he is so cute. And here's just a little note that if you do plan on putting these in the bathroom, make sure that you treat your box with either some type of a sealant spray or Mod Podge or something, so that if it does come in contact with any water, it won't affect it. And you'll also need to do the bottom feet of anything that you place on here so that it won't be affected by that as well, because this is all paper. But back to the cuteness of this. Isn't this just so adorable? Imagine these placed in your home during the Christmas season. This is such great and inexpensive home decor. You can put all types of things in here. It's just a fun way of decorating our houses and using our paper, and also using inexpensive embellishments that we might find at the Dollar Tree, AC Moore, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, anywhere you shop. You might be able to find things that look just like this. Look at them differently and look at them. How can I incorporate this into my paper crafting? And as you can see, we can very easily take apart something that was meant to hang on the wall, and now we've got a beautiful, beautiful basket. So I am going to bring in Santa, and you'll see both of these cuties together. And that's exactly what they are. They are such cuties. So guys, I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys, have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.